Honey, I see you looking at me. I'm ready to go in. You in?
Hey YouTube, it's Shay. I'm back again with another voiceover. So with this one, it is going to be a little bit sped up because there was a lot going on with this set. She did have some lifting. This pinky nail was broken, so we had to completely cut it and, start from scratch. I'm so sorry. We had to start from scratch, and she also wanted her nails cut down. So it is sped up here. My application will be in regular speed. So right here I do have my 5-in-1 Pana carbide drill bit, and my speed for this is at a 21,000 RPMs. I do go very fast to get the product off because it has really helped with my sets. I used to take 3-4 hours to complete a set. Now most of my sets, even for full sets and soak-offs, usually typically go from about 2 to 2.5 hours. So the higher my RPMs, the faster I can get through with the set. So here I'm going to pretty much just go through around the cuticle, make sure there's no lifting around her cuticle areas, and get all the gel polish off that I had on there. I do use the same bit to cut down her nails. It's just easier for me to use my drill bit instead of using a nail file and not cuticles, but regular nail clippers. It's faster to do it this way. I do use regular nail clippers too, but for this it was just easier to use my 5-in-1 drill bit. I will say that if you are not comfortable going as high as 21,000 RPMs, please go at your comfort speed, whether it's 10,000, 14, or whatever. Go with what you're comfortable. And so now I'm going to go ahead and push their cuticles back to make sure that all of that dead skin is kind of lifted up a little bit before I go in with my tapered diamond bit. Now I'm getting ready to go in under the cuticles with my diamond tapered bit, as you can see here. I absolutely love this bit. This is actually the one that I use 9.5 times out of 10 on each and every client to go under their cuticles and clean up all that dead skin that's under there. I also do go in with a sanding band and a mandrel bit, but this one really cleans it really good. This is my favorite bit, and for here I am going at a speed of 5,000 RPMs. Once I'm done using this diamond tapered bit, I do go in with, like I said, my mandrel bit and a medium sanding band. But first here, remember I said her pinky nail was broken. I didn't want to soak it off, so I went back in with my carbide bit. I'm back at a high speed of 20,000 RPMs. Once I can see that I've debulked most of that acrylic, I do go in with my sanding band to really bring it down to the natural nail so that I'm not damaging her natural nail, and then I can go ahead and place the tip on there and we can get started with the rest of this fill-in. Now with my sanding band, I am at 3,000 RPMs. You can go as high as 5, but for me, I get my job done to my liking at 3. The tip that I'm using is from Nails and Blinks. They are their pre-cut almond shape tips, which I love. I use them for stiletto and almond for pretty much every single almond set that you ever see, like on my Instagram page. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut it to her desired length and shape. She does get a stiletto on her pinky and pointer. And then once I'm done filing and shaping it, I'm not going to do too much, because I'll file it to a sharper point once I've applied the acrylic. And then to get that little bump off the free edge, I do, go over it a little bit with my sanding band again. Here I am buffing my cuticles like I always do. She did not need them to be clipped at all. They were actually pretty good. So I'm going in with my cuticle ball bit to buff out her cuticles before we start on the application. Now, as usual, I'm going to go ahead and clean off the nails, get rid of all that dust and debris with a nail file. I mean, not a nail file, y'all. A nail brush and some alcohol. I do go ahead with my dehydrator from Model 1s, follow up with a balm from Mia Secret and my No Lift primer. I do go twice with the dehydrator before I do one coat of Bond and then one coat of No Lift primer before we go in starting the application of the acrylic. I did state in the beginning of the video that this part of the process would not be sped up. This is in real time so that you can see how fast or how slow, in your opinion, that I do go with my application process. I do typically use a nude base for all of my clients. My favorite is Cover Pink by Young Nails, or sometimes I'll use Skin by Elegance, but Young Nails is my go-to. She did have some issues with her natural nail causing sensitivity. So for a couple of months, we just went with clear. So that way we can monitor her natural nails and make sure that they continue to grow back out healthy with no issues. I believe the next set we did take off all the clear and go back with nude. So this was like her fourth set with just clear, and her nails grew out very nicely. She no longer had the sensitivity, but that's the reason why I did clear. I don't usually like to go in with a clear base. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not my preference. So as you can see, again, like I said, we did have to start again with her pinky because she did break her nail. Child, I forgot why she broke it, but we're now just going in. So just enjoy the rest of this part and let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. So let's get into this process a little bit here. When it comes to picking up my acrylic beads, I don't ever like to say that they're always going to be a small, medium, or large size bead. It really depends on the nails. Some people have larger nail beds than others. Some people have the tiniest fingers you've ever seen. So it really depends on the size of the nail and then how much of a bead I'll pick up, whether it's small or medium or large. I would say for her nails right here, I do pick up a medium size bead of acrylic, and then I do go somewhere near the cuticle. I try to point her fingers down so that once I place my bead of acrylic, you see the acrylic kind of flows down a little bit, which is what I want, instead of it going backwards into the cuticle and flooding the cuticle. You do not want your acrylic to set flooding the cuticle. That it can, after a while, sometimes it can cause an allergy, and it's definitely hard to get out of the cuticle. You can't really file their cuticle to get the acrylic out of there. So as you can see here, I do place my beads somewhat below the cuticle and I push it up. I keep the finger down to let the acrylic kind of flow down so that I can manage it better, and then very gently I'll wipe the rest of the acrylic down the nails. Since this is a fill-in, I'm not building up any of the nails. I'm really just filling in at the cuticle. Most of my clients come every 3 to 4 weeks. I don't have to build too much of an apex, but as you can see, my beads are not small. They are large enough to where my apex and my structure is still there. And you also want to make sure that you're always cleaning up your sidewalls. Make sure those are always nice and clean so that way you have less hand filing and less filing on your drill bit to do once the acrylic is set and hard. I'm now going to go ahead and file the nails, shape them up with my 80/80 hand file from Amazon. In the beginning, when I debulk the nail and remove the gel polish, I do not reshape the nails in the beginning. To me, it's twice as much work for no reason because you're already going to have to go back in after you've done your filling and shape the nails again to your liking. So I don't file in the beginning unless I've cut the nails or I'm reshaping. So that can also really help you save on time when doing a set. Like I said, it used to take me 3 to 4 hours. I can easily now do a soak off and full set and design in about 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 45 minutes max. So, get yourself an 80/80 hand file. I do really love the 100 nail files from Young Nails as well. So I'll be using those in the future. But 80/80 file will really get your shapes nice and crisp. And if you want to cut on time in doing your sets, do not spend too much time shaping in the beginning because you will definitely be shaping after, and then making sure that your acrylic application is as smooth and as clean as possible, because then it's less filing and shaping that you have to do in the end. Now that I've finished shaping with my 80/80 hand file, I'm going to go in with my 5-in-1 medium carbide bit from Pana. These are also on Amazon, and I'm going to go ahead and seal the cuticles and file and shape the top, make it nice and smooth. Any experienced nail techs out there, y'all, please let me know if you're ever watching this video. Am I taking too many steps? Because I will file the top with the 80/80 hand file. I will go in with my 5-in-1 drill bit, and then I also go in with my mandrel bit and my sanding band, because I don't think that I am, like the perfect Instagram famous nail techs out here that have just flawless nails. So I feel like I take all of these steps to really get my shaping on point. Is that too many steps? Can anybody out there, please let me know what you think, or have any tips for me in the comments, or what you think if that's too many. That'd be great. Thanks. But here, again, I seal my cuticles, and then I go side to side, up and down, very light pressure. I don't go in too hard. I'm not trying to debulk any of the acrylic. I'm just trying to make sure that whatever I missed in my hand filing gets smoothened, if that's a word. I don't know, if it's smoothed out with my carbide bit. And then, like I said, after that, I do go in with my mandrel bit and a medium sanding band to then catch anything that I've missed again. I really hate uneven surfaces for my nails, so I try to make sure that I seal my cuticles as much as possible to prevent lifting. My clients only come every 3 to 4 weeks. 3 is very rare. They usually push it to 4 weeks, and I would say only 10% will have lifting. So I guess what I'm doing is okay as far as all the steps that I'm taking to make my sets last as long as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of backstory with this design that you're gonna see, in a couple seconds. So my client got married and I did her wedding set. I'm gonna show you a picture up at the top, how it looked. So something was going on with the pictures and the photographer for the wedding. So then she wanted another set done in the same color theme. So her dress was black, and the colors for her wedding were black and red. And when I tell y'all, her dress was so pretty. Most people get a white wedding dress, but baby, she was wearing that black, okay? And so she was going back to her destination because she had a destination wedding. So she was going back to the destination for her honeymoon and was going to retake their wedding pictures. So that's what this set was for. So I hope you guys like the design. And I really appreciate whoever is watching this taking the time out of their day to watch my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments and I will always respond. Thank you so much and have a good day or night.